What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 37, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Bayer Leverkusen aren't happy with the straight swap deal we put in for Emre Can in the last episode, so we decided to change it and go from Zirkzee to Baum Johan, and we'll wait and see what they say. And also Langkamp says he's frustrated because he's not getting the team very often, but the big news is that Lasogga has requested to be transferred. I feel that I've come to the end of my time at this club. I feel the need to move to a new club, and I need to move in this window. Please make it happen. So I'm absolutely devastated because Lasogga, of course, he's going to have to leave, unfortunately. There's no two ways about it. Brooks, of course, left in the last episode. We had to sell Brooks. The board forced our hand. We had to sell Brooks. We decided to get a replacement in the face of Robin. And the same is going to happen with Lasogga. And I'm absolutely devastated because, of course, he is the best player in this team. He's an absolute monster. 83 overall, only 22, 23 years old. Absolute beast. But unfortunately, there doesn't seem like there's going to be anything we can do about it because all the clubs are circling like sharks now. They want to get hold of Lasogga. He wants to leave. I'm not going to keep an unhappy player here. As much as I love him, he's going to have to leave, and unfortunately it looks like he is going to be on his way out of the club in this window. But Bayern Munich are the first club that come in. They want him for £31 million. Sorry, £18 million. I think the bid was not £31 million. Where did I get that from? But I asked them for £50 million. And at the end of the day, if Lasogga's going to go, we're going to have to get a lot of money for him. But as you can see here, the board have actually given us control over Lasogga. So even though he wants to leave, the board have given us control, which means that the board won't sell him behind our backs. Now that's interesting because usually the board will say, you know, we're going to take matters into our own hands and, you know, we're going to look to sell him at the earliest opportunity. The board this time have said, we'll give you control. So that means that, you know, technically speaking, we can reject the offers and just keep him here as long as possible. But I'm not going to do that because as much as I love the guy, if he wants to be transferred, then, you know, we could probably make a bit of money on him. So we're going to be asking the clubs that come in, Real Madrid, Newcastle, Roma, Bayern Munich, and I'm not sure who the other club was, for £50 million. I think it might have been Borussia Dortmund, not sure, but we only asked the clubs for £50 million. That's going to be sort of our first figure we want. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to say he's worth that, but he is a very, very talented young striker, so he's definitely worth a lot of money. But I'll settle on 35 or 30 million pounds. So, you know, I'd say the lowest I'd go is 25 million, but 25 to 30 to 35 million pounds in that range, that will be perfectly fine with me. Because, yeah, I mean, I love Lasogga. You know, everyone loves Lasogga, but unfortunately, you know, when a player wants to be transfer listed, you can either keep him there against his will, or you can cash in on him and get a lot of money. And personally speaking, I think it's always best to cash in on him and look to improve other areas in the squad. So that's what we're going to probably be going to do with Lasogga. We'll look to sell him. We'll look to find a replacement. And who knows? You know, let's say we sell him for, you know, I don't know, 25 million pounds. Say we sell him for 25 million. We could possibly go ahead and get a replacement in, improve the squad, and that would be a good piece of business for us. But as you can see here, the clubs come back to us, and as you can see as well, one of the bids you may have noticed was from Real Madrid. They say they will give us £42.5 million for our big beast up top, and I was like, oh god, I don't want to accept it because I love him so much, but that is just so much money for a player that's only valued at £13.5 million. That's almost £30 million more than his valuation. So we asked the clubs to basically get lost because Real Madrid have won the bidding war, and there you go. And we are going to look for a replacement as well. Kevin Volland at Hoffenheim. Now, of course, this is the guy that I really wanted in this summer, but of course we could never afford him. He's going to be our main choice. You know, to replace Lasogga, he's going to be the main striker I want. But I'll be looking at other targets as well. You'll see them at the end of the episode. But yeah, Lasogga looks like he's going to play his last game here against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And, you know, I am gutted. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, I know you guys are going to be commenting and say, why don't you reject all of the offers? You know I can do that, but I don't want to keep an unhappy player here. He wants to leave. I'm not going to stand in his way. Just like Brooks, I'm not going to stand in his way. And if we can get £42.5 million for him, which we look like we're going to do, I think that's good business, to be honest. Because, you know, let's be honest, as much as I love the guy, he's not really worth that much money. And we can improve the other areas in the squad while signing a replacement striker as well. So there you go. Lasogga would start in this game against Borussia Mönchengladbach in what would most likely be his final game for the club. And the first chance of the game would fall directly from kickoff as Herman goes down the right hand side. He gets tackled, but Sigurdsson plays in the ball down the right hand side. Really good chance. He fake shots around his man and shoots. He puts the ball past Kraft and scores against his former club for the second time. I accidentally did the point to the sky celebration there. I meant to do a show respect celebration, but yeah, Herman scores and it's 1-0 to Hertha Berlin. So great start from us directly from kickoff, and we're 1-0 up. And in the 22nd minute here, Sigurdsson gets on the ball. We go on the break down the left-hand side. We find Maximilian Meyer. He replays it to Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson finds Lasogga. Really good chance here on what will most likely be his final game for the club. He shoots, but Kraft makes a good stop. And the score is still 1-0 as our former goalkeeper gets the ball away. But from the corner, it's crossed in by Sigurdsson. And who wins the header? Well, he scores what will possibly be the last time. It's Lasogga, of course. He gets the goal. And yeah, it's 2-0 to Hertha Berlin. So Lasogga gets the goal. And yeah, I guess I'm glad he's going to go out on a high. He's going to go out with a goal, and Lasogga makes it 2-0 here. Great header. That's exactly what we're going to miss in this side. What a header it was. Hits the underside of the bar. No chance for our former goalkeeper Kraft, and it is 2-0 to Hertha Berlin. So fantastic header by Lasogga. Look at the strain in his neck there. Even in the celebration, he had a bit of a stiff neck. He was trying to sort of rotate around to get his feeling back. But yeah, Lasogga gets the goal. Love that celebration. Lasogga gets the goal, and it's 2-0 here. But in the 32nd minute, it wouldn't be all sunshine and roses, because Herman gets an injury. So he scored in this game, but he also gets an injury, and that's a real shame as well. It's only a sprained knee, so he'll be out for 4 weeks, which isn't a lot of time. But even so, it's never nice to see one of your first 11 get injured. And Herman can join Ginter in the treatment room and give him some company. And Herman does get an injury there, and as I said, he will be out for 4 weeks with a sprained knee. But to be honest, the game was relatively easy up until this point. You know, we were playing quite well. Herman goes off. Maybe Borussia Mönchengladbach would gain some strength from that, but they didn't really. And from the drop ball, they give us the ball back. We go on the break. Serge Gnabry gets on the ball. Plays it towards Goretzka. Goretzka plays it over the top towards Maximilian Meyer. It's cleared away, only as far as Sigurdsson. He fake shots around his man, drags it back, and finesses the ball into the back of the net. So Borussia Mönchengladbach 0, Hertha Berlin 3. Sigurdsson gets the goal. And yeah, we are 3-0 up in this game and having an absolutely easy game. It's a fantastic finish by Sigurdsson as well. Nice little drag back and a great finish. Maybe Kraft could have done better, but he didn't. And it's 3-0. And on the stroke of half-time, Borussia Mönchengladbach tried to get themselves back in the game just before half-time. And unfortunately they did, because although ter Stegen saves this first header, the follow-up is put in by Kroos, and it is 3-1. So just before half-time, they do get themselves a goal back in this game. But really, that was it. You know, that was it for the first half, and that was it for the second half. We won the game by 3-1. And yeah, I was very pleased to win the game. What can I say? Great to see Lasogga score in his final game for the club, and yeah, very good performance. Also a good look at Kroos as well, because he is another player who I am thinking of if we are going to be replacing Lasogga, which of course we will be doing, and he's a player I would be thinking of. But yeah, good to get the win. And good to get it in such a good fashion as well, and good to see Lasogga score on what will most likely be his final game for the club. A confirmation there, Herman is going to be out for 4 weeks with that sprained knee, so not too bad, but there you go. But like I said, we did go in for Kroos straight after the game, because of course he did score against us, and he does look quite good as well. He's currently, it says he's leading the league in terms of goals. He's not, he's third in terms of the goal scoring charts, so he's actually third place. Lasogga's in second, and I'm not sure who's first, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, there you go. Oh, it's Rudnev, so But yeah, Lasogga has been sold for £42.5 million. So Lasogga has gone. I'm absolutely gutted, but I wasn't prepared to keep an unhappy player here. So at the end of the day, that's not permanent either. You know, even though Lasogga has gone to Real Madrid, there's still a chance he may return next year. So I'd like to get him back in the squad eventually, and we could possibly get him for a cut price figure next year. You know, he goes for £42.5 million. Maybe next year we'll get him for £20 million. You know, and he comes back to us. So there you go. Lasogga leaves, and I'm absolutely gutted, but I'm sure he'll come back eventually. But Hummels has gone to, I think was it Real Madrid? Was it Real Madrid he went to? I can't remember now. Was it Real Madrid? Yeah, Real Madrid for £21 million. So Hummels has gone to Real Madrid for £21 million. And also we put in bids for Badstuber, Sebastian Young, and also Reinhardt of Bayer Leverkusen as well, as we look to beefing up the defensive area. And also, of course, we are going to be looking to replace Lasogga, of course. We put in a bid for Zlatan Ibrahimovic of PSG here. He's already gone down to an 82 rated striker, but if we get this guy in for just one season, he could be quite good for us, you know. So we put in a bid for Ibra, but I don't think it's going to happen, because although I would like to get the guy in, personally speaking, I don't think PSG will let him go for, you know, I just remembered as well, look at the top there, Ibrahimovic looks like a future star, ridiculous. Yeah, we put in a bid for Ibrahimovic. We also put in a bid for Hernandez of Napoli as well. He's left from United to Napoli. I'd like to get the Mexican striker in, and also a bid for Lucina Traore we put in as well, and also the other two strikers were Wilfred Boney of Swansea and also Immobile of Torino. We'll look to get one of these strikers to replace Lasogga with, and hopefully this will turn out to be good business for us. It could, you know, it could backfire on us, and we could falter completely, but it could turn out to be great business, and who knows, maybe it will be good or maybe it will be bad. But As always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like. That's much appreciated. It really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon.